What's the worst Valentine's Day gift you've received? Girl I started dating a couple of months before Valentine's Day just got out of a long-term relationship with her high school sweetheart. I didn't know she was still in contact with him when we were dating. She handed me a cute little bag with candy and a card. As I opened the card and read her pouring out her soul to her ex-boyfriend about how much she still thinks about him and loves him. Evidently, she made 2 gift bags, one for me and one for the ex, and mixed them up. Not Valentine's Day exactly, but kind of related. Years back, I come home after a long day at work one day where I was stuck in the sun in a heat wave. Just one of those overall generally shitty days that you just want to be over with. My wife at the time starts nagging me about how she's bored and it's fucked up that I get to be outside all day while her unemployed ass is cooped up in the house with no kids or any responsibilities whatsoever. I blew her off because I'm hot and tired and not in the mood to argue. That's when she says it. You don't even pay attention to what's going on in my life. Oh, it's on. Round 1. I don't pay attention to what's going on in your life? I spent all day in the heat killing myself to pay our bills, come home to a filthy house that smells like cat piss because you want to have pets but think emptying a cat box is beneath you. Clean a dish so I can make my own dinner because I already saw your takeout bag in the trash, but didn't get me anything when you paid for it with my money. Then sit and try to just eat in peace. And you have the balls to jump my shit because you're bored. I don't pay attention to what's going on in your life. Today is my fucking birthday. It's almost midnight, so you can't even pretend that you remembered. I've never seen anyone STFU and start pretending to clean so fast. Needless to say, she's now my ex-wife. This wasn't a Valentine's Day gift, but it's a pretty great example of a gift gone wrong. A friend of mine had been in a relationship with this girl for a few months when she went to work a summer job in British Columbia. We live in Ontario, so this is the other side of the continent. He is a pretty messy guy and doesn't always think things through. His girlfriend is really into fresh produce, so he thought it would be nice to send her some as a little surprise. So he went to the farmer's market and got a few different types of fresh organic vegetables, which he proceeded to send by mail. While he was putting the package together, he found a pair of panties in his room behind his bed and thought he might as well return his girlfriend her underwear since he was already sending a package. So off the package goes, by regular post. So a full 2 weeks later, the package arrives and his girlfriend opens it. Inside, she finds an assortment of rotting vegetables and a pair of panties that do not belong to her. Turns out my friend hadn't cleaned his room, or at least behind his bed, since he was seeing another woman. His girlfriend has no idea how to take this. Is it some sort of message? They cleared things up in the end, but I still like to bring this story up for a laugh now and then. TLDR. Guy sent his girlfriend rotting vegetables and another woman's panties. Last Valentine's, my girlfriend found a sweater that my ex left a long time ago in my closet. I didn't have the heart to tell her it was from my ex, so I said I had bought it for her for Valentine's. She was so surprised and happy, and she absolutely loves the sweater. She wears it all the time. I'm pretty sure if she finds out, you're dead. You should burn the sweater and pretend like she lost it somewhere. Then get her a better sweater this V-Day so she can forget the last one. My dad bought my mom a pencil sharpener one year for Valentine's Day. It was the only gift he ever bought her on that day. My sister and I pestered him relentlessly, saying it was weird he had never bought her a Valentine's Day gift, so he listened for what she wanted. She had been complaining that their pencil sharpener was junk, so he went out and bought this really nice electric one. This was in the late 80s, so actually a pricey gift. My mom was so mad, and so he never bought her another Valentine's Day gift again. Edit. I just wanted to say my mom isn't a jerk at all. She did apologize later. After 18 years and 2 kids, he for the first time ever got her something on Valentine's Day. She was expecting some romantic gesture and instead got a pencil sharpener. We all think it is hilarious now, but at the time she was confused and a bit let down. She didn't handle it well, but such is life. This year is their 45th anniversary, so it wasn't that big a deal. It's just a running family joke. Every year on their anniversary, my dad gets my mom a rose for each year they have been married, so he's not totally unromantic. Though it costs him about $200 plus these days for her massive rose bouquet. My wife told me she had one gift for me this year, a very special gift. Keep in mind, she told me about this in November. Between that date and Christmas, we ate, lived, and slept together. I would never have expected this. Her only gift wasn't expensive furniture, watch, or perfume. She had filed divorce paper. Not only that, she watched me open the big box where she put the little letter in front of our 2 children. We have been married for 12 years. She insisted I open this gift at the end, after all gifts had been opened. At first, I thought it was a joke. The form was accompanied with a court date, her asked conditions, as well as a letter from a lawyer she hired, saying she was asking for full custody of our children. I could barely talk. Nothing had gone particularly wrong and nothing had changed. I had not noticed any change in her attitude, except maybe she looked a bit more tired, but I assumed it was due to the upcoming Christmas. She was smiling all the time. I took my GF out for dinner at a seafood restaurant that she absolutely adored. I knew the owner and he gave us appetizers that they didn't sell yet, but was testing out. I spent a small fortune on that day with dinner, flowers, etc. At the end of the night, I dropped her off at her place. We both were living with our parents, and drive off. I thought everything went well and had happy thoughts in my head driving home, plus or minus 30 minutes drive. But then I got a text message from her breaking up with me. I was floored. She then sends me a bunch of texts, pre-smartphone days, saying she thought about it for a couple months but didn't want to spend Christmas, New Year's, or Valentine's alone. Side note, the relationship before her, she broke up with me via an email on Christmas morning. It was a long-distance relationship, but her Christmas gift was a plane ticket to come spend Christmas week and New Year's with me. I canceled the ticket without telling her when she informed me she was seeing another guy behind my back. I heard from her 2 days later when she called me angry, saying her plane ticket didn't work. I told her, no shit, you broke up with me, so I canceled it. She informed me she was at the airport with her boyfriend and she was going to use the ticket I gave her to go on a vacation with her BF in my city on my dime. Yeah. So Christmas and Valentine's are forever tarnished for me. Edit. The Christmas girl was my first GF I had, late bloomer. I was in my early 20s. The Valentine's girl was my second girlfriend I had. The woman after those two met me in a park for our first date and kicked me in the junk when we met face to face. Even after seeing a picture of me beforehand, she thought it was a test and didn't think I really looked that way. I passed out from the trauma of the kick. A family having a picnic came to my aid and flagged down a policeman on horseback. I didn't press charges, but the wife of the family did. Needless to say, I didn't like the women I wanted to have relationships with in my 20s. To this day, I'm still pretty guarded. End edit. My SO was trying to surprise me by saying he made an appointment for us over the Valentine's Day weekend. My first thought was he scheduled a therapy appointment for us. Happy Valentine's Day, sweetie, you have problems. Turns out it was couples massage. Thank God I got a massage instead of an intervention. Edit. It was not a serious thought. My SO and I have talked about doing both couples therapy, then doing premarital counseling when we get engaged in the summer. But come on, it's a little funny. What's more romantic than surprise counseling? A shitty attitude. Not really a gift per se, but I don't remember at all what that girl actually got me. I just remember how horrible the day was. It was my first time having a girlfriend for Valentine's Day, so I was excited. Spent some money, made a little scavenger hunt, got her friends in on it. Like I really worked hard on it. The whole night we spent together after all of my shenanigans, all she did was talk about how much she hates Valentine's Day. This was never mentioned before, because her exes were always rude to her about it or always gave her a bad experience. It made me feel so terrible. It wasn't even a, oh, that was so nice. Usually I hate Valentine's Day, but thanks for the effort. Nope. She was excited for the gifts and everything for all of 5 minutes, then back to being all grumpy. I really felt like I screwed up Edit. I should clarify. I wasn't bummed that my gifts and such didn't sweep her off her feet, but I was sad because I tried so hard and got essentially tossed in the trash. If your partner is really putting in effort, it's nice to at least acknowledge it, even if it's not your cup of tea. My ex hurt me for the first time at a Valentine's party in front of all of his friends. He got blackout drunk and tried to fight his roommate. I got in the middle of it to stop it, and he grabbed me by the throat and slammed me into a wall while screaming at me not to get in his business, and held me there until I nearly suffocated. Everyone at the party was shocked silent. I burst into tears and ran to the back room. I could hear everyone at the party trying to calm him down. His roommate was the only one to come back to comfort me. When my ex walked in, he yelled at him and told him to get out. It was a shared bedroom. He kicked him and everyone else out of the house. When I asked to go home, it was like a switch flipped and he was his sweet, soft-spoken self again. He insisted that we go to bed. I crawled out of bed in the middle of the night and slept in his roommate's bed and cried. The next morning, actual Valentine's Day, he woke up and slowly started to remember everything. He got very serious and decided to drive me home. He broke up with me on the way. I could barely speak through the tears. When we got to my apartment, I handed him his present and got out of the car. It was just a teddy bear and a card that I had written that I was falling in love with him. He told me years later that he still kept that to remind him how badly he messed up. One year, a girl I had been dating for a few years gave me a plaster cast of her foot. I'm not even a foot guy. I tried my best to appreciate it, but it mostly just weirded me out. She painted it this dull gray color. It looked like a dead zombie foot, and it was way larger than I thought her feet really were. I think she got the idea from Cosmo. I'd say, in general, try to go with a gift from the heart, not something out of Cosmo. I was in an emotionally abusive relationship a couple years ago. I had put in tons of thought into her gift. I got a heart-shaped chocolate box, took out all the chocolate, and lined it with black licorice and peppermint, her absolute favorite candies. She got me a tampon and a pad and told me to man the fuck up. My mother lived in a tiny apartment with her friend while she worked in a tiny flower shop. Both of them worked long hours trying to make it. Her a florist wanting to open her own place. Her friend a starving photographer. My dad raced motorcycles for a living back then and told my mother that he just won a big race and wanted to take her out to a nice dinner on Valentine's Day, and he has a gift for her that he knows she will love. So naturally, my mother was sure he was going to propose. After a great dinner at a very nice restaurant, he told her to hold out her hand and close her eyes for her gift. She stuck out her hand, palm down. He then turned her palm up and slapped a giant smoked summer sausage, salami, in it. Back then you bought that shit in the mall and it was expensive. He literally said, "You and Bridget can eat off of this for a week." After she left crying, he got the hint. A month or two later, he showed up at the flower shop and ordered tulips from my mother. She, thinking who the hell is he ordering tulips for, told him that they were sold out. He then got on one knee, ring in hand, and asked, "Well then, can I have yours?" Seriously, my damn dad. In college, Safe Sex Week was the same week as Valentine's Day. So I went to one of the booths and picked up some free condoms, banana-flavored lube, Planned Parenthood tracts, etc. I took these home, put them in a bag with a bent-up coat hanger, wrote Happy VD on the outside, stapled it up, and headed over to my then-girlfriend's, now-wife, room. Watching her face as she opened up her gifts, especially when she got to the coat hanger, was a memory that will stay with me always. Let's just say she didn't find it as funny as I did. Luckily, I had candy and tickets to see her favorite band hidden outside her door, and grabbed those pretty quickly to save my relationship. So that's probably pretty high up on worst gifts. Edit. To address some of the questions, 1. Tracts equals brochures. You know, the little pamphlets they hand out saying, "We're Planned Parenthood." 2. I couldn't tell you why, but I really specifically remember the banana-flavored lube. It was in this little plastic pouch-like thing. We never used it. 3. I still bring this up often. She still doesn't think it was funny. 4. I'm most proud of the coat hanger. 5. This was our first Valentine's Day about a decade ago, and we'd been dating for maybe 6 months. Your guess is as good as mine as to why she's still with me. Bah ha ha ha, my husband would have pulled something like this, and I would have laughed my ass off. Then asked where the real gift is. I think the real challenge between guys would be seeing how long they can try to convince the SO that is the real gift before murder ensues. My husband and I do prank gifts all the time. Just this Christmas, I got him a Miley Cyrus phone case, and he got me a dick extender addressed to some guy named Hector. I had to ask him if he stole the package from a guy named Hector. He said it was Prime. I opened it without thinking, realized it was addressed to my next-door neighbor who wants to give their neighbor their missing dick extender. I couldn't look that dude in the eye. His dick is small. Turns out you can launch a dick extender filled with lube across a room at a Target. It's like rubber band fights. One year, my dad was really hyping my mom up about the new iPhone. She was very clear that she did not want a new iPhone. She was satisfied with her simple flip phone and didn't want to learn how to use a new phone. Well, on Valentine's Day, she wakes up to find an iPhone box on her bathroom counter. She opens it to find diamond earrings. When I was 16, my first boyfriend printed a card for me from the computer which featured a bear firing a machine gun. It was printed in black and white and crumpled in his backpack, and I was less than pleased about it. However, now I think I would enjoy that. So maybe the worst gift would be an actual bear firing a machine gun at everyone you know and love. Married 15 now, and it's taken a long time to get it right. It's not, at least for my wife, the gift. It's the presentation. I could get a diamond necklace, put it in front of her, with a single card, single rose, and have a nice dinner at home. That would not go well for me. Alternatively, I could get her a pair of socks, accompany that with a dinner out, play darts at a bar, go to a park, and twirl on the merry-go-round for 15 minutes, all while laughing and listening to her talk about different things. It's not the socks, it's not the diamond, it's the paying attention to her. That is what she wants. Not sidetracked with this or that, half paying attention to even hear what she orders for dinner. Even when we couldn't afford much, at least getting out of the house, even for a long walk, and paying 100% attention to everything she says, and 100% interaction on that conversation level will do it. Even if I only got a pair of socks. We just had our Valentine's weekend. Sure, I spent a couple $100 on food and drinks and things. You know what my gift was? A dirty love letter. You know why she got that? Because I listened to her a few months back and started writing one. You know who had a fabulous Valentine's Day because of me paying attention to one offhand comment 2 months ago? We both did. Because she saw I was paying attention. Me? Paying attention pays off. Put your phone away, don't turn on the TV. Turn to your SO, pay attention to them, and turn them on instead.